Reimagining Success, episode 187. You're listening to Reimagining Success, the podcast where we help you reimagine your future, designing a life and career beyond the 9 to 5 that allows you the freedom, flexibility and fulfillment that you've been dreaming of. I'm your host, Anna Lundberg. Now, let's get started on those dreams. Hello there. We are back for another Ask Anna, #AskAnna episode. Now, this is where I answer a question from one of you lovely listeners, from someone in my community, from a workshop I've done, from wherever the question appears in my life. Always looking out for questions. If you have a question for me, please ping me a message, DM me, PM me, whatever, on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, wherever we're connected. You can also email me at podcast@onestepoutside.com. So just let me know I have a question and I can, of course, answer it on the monthly podcast episode. I might even create a video or a workshop for you. So if you have the question, I'm sure I can guarantee you that someone else has it too. And even if they don't, I'd be really super happy to answer it for you. So please, there are no stupid questions. Ask Anna, podcast@onestepoutside.com, or any social channel you want to message me. And the question I have today is, do I have to sell? So this question came up recently asking, and it was in a Facebook group, in fact, that I'm a member of. So I get that, we have to create good content and so on. Is it possible, because I enjoy that part of it, and I can relate to this too, is it possible just to create content, do this kind of attraction marketing, content marketing, brand building, personal brand that I talk about and have always talked about, and then not sell? And my response was, first of all, to, of course, probe a bit deeper. What do you mean by selling? Do you mean the tactic of actually having a sales call? Do you mean the kind of big emotional load that comes with kind of the sleazy salesperson approach of feeling like you have to do all these telemarketing calls and cold emails and pitching and so on, because that's another thing? Or do you mean the big picture selling? Like, can I literally just market, build my brand, teach, give stuff, and then people will organically come to me? And so, again, I can relate to this because I'm such a fan, as I hope you know, and this is what we're talking about, of creating valuable content, being completely genuine. You can't give too much away. My mum always in the past said, you teach so much, how can it work? You're just giving everything for free. And that's not really the case. I don't worry about that because people, can be in my community for months. They can go to all my free things and first of all, get an incredible amount of value, which I love, especially if they can't afford to work with me beyond that capacity. And inevitably, always, some of those people will see the value. They'll understand that they, yes, can get a lot out of those free sessions, but nowhere near as much. And they won't get the specific things they need in terms of tailored support and advice, accountability, actual coaching by just watching the free stuff, right? So for me, there's no such thing as giving too much. It's all about attraction marketing and so on. However, I certainly fell into this trap, and you may too, and certainly most of my clients do, especially in the Business Accelerator, that we forget that, yes, we do need to sell. And let me tell you what I mean by that. We cannot just, first of all, post inspirational quotes and go, hey, life is for the living. And for me, everything you've ever wanted is outside your comfort zone and blah, 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 all this stuff, right? We can't only do the inspirational stuff. We also, and this is a bit harder for me to accept, can't just teach. This is where we maybe fall into, especially those good girls and boys among us who have this more academic approach. I really want to teach people the how piece of the puzzle. It's very easy to fall into that. By the way, as an aside, again, so I did brand building and marketing at a big company, Procter & Gamble. When I was promoted into a digital role and I kind of headed up the digital team, my tendency was to really focus, because I was also quite junior, on the execution, on teaching the how, but I missed and I learned soon enough that I was missing the piece of the why, right? Simon Sinek says the why. Start with why. Understanding, envisioning the big picture. Look at what competitors are doing. Look where the market is going. Look how we could transform what we're doing and engage with customers and so on. So I was focusing on but people should get that they should be doing this, so here's just how to do it. And I was missing the bigger picture. So a lot of us will fall into only teaching. So inspiring is not enough by itself. Teaching, instructing is not enough by itself. Then we have the third piece, which is inviting. So this is what I'm going to call selling. And if you've been paying attention, you'll see that I have another acronym for you, or another kind of bit of alliteration: inspire, instruct, invite. And of course, I had educate, I had teach for the middle one, but I've gone for 3 I's. So inspire, instruct, invite. All 3 are needed to have a compelling content strategy. So yes, I am so much about teaching and being generous and giving value and engaging and, yes, sharing inspiring stories and so on. But at some point we have to go, hey, I have this program. It costs this much. Do you want to join? By the way, I have this new course. It's, 5 pillars, self-directed. It's for this kind of person. Here's how you join. I have the accelerator program. It's for people who are at this stage of the business, who want to up level, who want to have better work-life integration. We do this many calls. Here's how you register and join, right? This is what you get in this program. I have 3 spots available for one-to-one clients. I've got capacity now to take on 1 more web development project. I can do, or I'm available now, or not available now, even better. I'm available next month to take on a couple of new clients. If you've been following along in the community for a while, is this the time? Hey, book a call. So can you see the difference? It's not me going out cold calling, spamming people, bye. It's not, randomly, or even, posting every day. It's certainly not posting every day saying, hey, I'm a coach. This is what I do. Buy from me. Hey, this is my academy. Here's a link. Hey, this is my accelerator. Buy from me. Here's a video on the incubator. Buy from me. That's not what it is. So you really need the 3 things. You need the inspire, you need the instruct, and you need the invite. So my question for you is, where are you on the spectrum? If you're just starting out, maybe you haven't started creating content at all, in which case you can really use these 3 categories to have a mix. And I don't have a magic formula. It's not like it's an exact 33.333% of each one, but I'm sure you'll find that you're leaning into one more than another. So I have clients who, and people in my community who, again, only start by posting all that inspirational stuff. Life is short, which is lovely, but okay, so what? Why should I work with you? And I don't even know that you have something to offer, right? All you're doing is sharing that big picture message. I have other clients, and again, I've fallen into this trap, who just teach, hey, this is how you do your own logo. Hey, this is how you do your website. Great, but why should I work with you? Because you've just told me how to do it. And then, of course, if you only do the sales piece, then that's not good either. So I hope you can see the power of this triangle of inspiring people. This is my message. This is my big picture, my why. For me, it's the reimagining success, escaping the 9 to 5, freedom, flexibility, fulfillment. I live by the sea. I've got location independence. I can work just 3 days a week, and I'm present with my kids. And this is incredible. I love my work. I'm in my ikigai and all this stuff, right? Inspiring with that message. Instructing. This is your proprietary framework, and we'll talk about this next month. These are my 5 pillars, talking about my 5 L's of a balanced life. My 3 I's I've just told you about now: inspire, instruct, invite. Hey, here's how you build your personal brand. This is how you develop a content strategy, and so on. And then invite. I've just launched my new business academy, onestepoutside.com/course for more information. DM me, book a call, whatever, right? So yes, you do have to sell, in a nutshell. Too long, didn't read TLDR. I love that acronym. But that doesn't mean we're doing the sleazy thing. So we need to reframe our mindset there. It doesn't mean cold calling, cold emails, and so on. It means inviting. Now, this, without getting into too much detail, applies for B2B, business to business, and B2C, business to consumer. It certainly applies to individuals, right? Because we're much more savvy these days in terms of, we know that at the end of a webinar, certain gurus are going to be suddenly saying, hey, I haven't taught you anything at all, but if you want to learn the actual answer to the question that you signed up for, then join my really expensive program. Or, that on a sales call, somebody's going to try to sell to you. I know that if someone's messaging me on LinkedIn, I can see their headline, helping coaches and consultants get to 7 figures, blah, blah, blah. I know they're going to sell to me right away. So we know that. We're very savvy. So this is about authentic marketing. It's about ethical marketing. It's about just inviting, opening up, mentioning saying that, giving the information, and then, here's the next step. It's very soft. We're coming from a place of abundance. First of all, I'm not attached to whether you work with me or not, because if you choose not to, it's not the right time. I haven't done a good enough job to demonstrate the value. We're not the right fit. Okay, to be transparent as ever, I do find it tough if someone says, we have a great call, and then actually they go, oh no, sorry, or they ghost you. And then I think, okay, what can I learn from this? What can I do differently next time? And yes, if you've got enough conversations in your calendar, if you're in that rhythm of creating content, promoting it, having conversations, you'll find that you become much less attached, more detached from the outcome, right? So really, I have followed a really nice rhythm. We talked about the 3 Ps of content marketing a couple of weeks ago: plan, produce, promote. And I followed kind of a flow of introduce the topic on Monday. Wednesday is kind of more of a how teaching piece. And then when Friday is the call to action. So that's quite a nice thing to try. You can do whatever days you want. Inspire, big picture quote, mission, beliefs, value, introducing the topic on Monday. Bit of teaching on the Wednesday, and then the Friday is inviting. And of course you can mix that up, but I just find it helps to have kind of that structure. So you have the split. Or by all means, you can do a week or two of inspiring, a week or two of instructing, educating, teaching, and then a week or two of, opening up and posting quite actively, almost like a launch kind of promo period, which could be more effective. In fact, that makes me think, should I try doing that instead? So the key piece here is to look at what you're doing right now. Are you only sharing, life is to be lived, and look at these beautiful logos or whatever, right? You're only inspiring people. This is really important, and hey, check out this amazing thing, and blah, blah, blah. Are you only teaching? Are you only selling? Which is unlikely, I think, for most of you. But if that's what you're doing, obviously that's not good either. So the 3 I's: inspire, instruct, invite. Have a look at the content you're doing. Do a bit of an audit. See where you could come up with new content for the ones where you have a gap. And if you come back to the first episode this month, where we were looking at how to stand out in a cluttered market, I talked about really getting clear on your 3 E's that time: your experience, expertise, eccentricities, your value proposition, your elevator pitch, and so on. And that, of course, can feed into the 3 I's here as well. So inspiring with your mission, with your values, and so on, using your experience and expertise to instruct, to teach, and then inviting into your ecosystem. 2, by the way, it's not always to buy something, right? It's to download something, book a call, watch a free session, whatever. Inspire, instruct, invite. I hope that's useful. I'll see you next week. Are you an experienced corporate professional who wants to find a way to translate your skills and experience into profitable business? A new business owner who's been running so far on trial and error and now wants to be more strategic and systematic? Or perhaps an established entrepreneur who wants to revisit and maybe change some of the fundamentals to take your business in a new direction? I have something for you. It is the new Outsiders Business Academy. This is a self-paced course for you to work through in your own time to learn and implement the foundations of building a profitable business that lets you escape the 9-to-5 for good. Find out more and grab your spot at onestepoutside.com/course. That's onestepoutside.com/course.